Obedience in the silence leads to the promised land. There was a season that I just came out of that I was constantly moving, doing. I was getting sermons left and right. I was getting ideas. I was getting downloads. And then boom, transition or wilderness hits. And I know when we hear that word transition, it makes us sick to our stomach. And let me tell you, I hit that season of my life like a brick wall. Once sermons would come so easily to me, it transitioned to me searching for water in a desert. I went from hearing God consistently to wondering if he was mad at me because I wasn't hearing him like I once did. And I caught myself wondering, maybe God doesn't want me to do this anymore. Maybe this way of sharing the gospel is not what he has for me anymore. But as I was reading Joshua 6, I had a new understanding for that silent transition period. See, by this time in Joshua had already been given the promise. The promise was already his. All he had to do was walk out the steps. Joshua had received very distinct instructions on what to do before acquiring the promised land. But they were going to have to go in and take it. But before they could go in and take it, they had to follow these very distinct instructions given to them by a messenger of the Lord. The instruction was walk around Jericho for 7 days. The first 6 days, you will walk around in silence. Nobody say nothing. Just be quiet. The 7th day, though, when you walk around, you will walk around, and on your last lap, and I'm paraphrasing, and on your last lap, you will use all the instruments and your voices to raise up the loudest praise you possibly have. And when you raise up this praise on the last day, on your last lap, then the walls will fall down. Now, mind you, this instruction was given to Joshua one time. This is the one size powder and translucent. I don't know if y'all can see that. But he was given that instruction one time. And every time he circled, he didn't hear, good job, Joshua, keep going. Remember, stay quiet. He just continued with the instruction he was given. God didn't check in with Joshua every 5 seconds to make sure he was fulfilling the promise. He expected Joshua to be obedient to the instruction that was given to him in order to receive the promise. Imagine walking silently and not knowing what to expect, or you were given this instruction and you aren't really clear, but you're just trying to be obedient to the best you can because you love the Lord. But the instruction really ain't that clear, but it's kind of clear, so you're just going to go with it in crazy faith. But it really didn't matter how Joshua felt or what Joshua thought. He just knew he had to be obedient and accurately execute the plan that the messenger of the Lord had given him. There was purpose in being silent. There was purpose in being obedient. And so obedient that you followed the instruction to the T regardless if you knew the exact outcome. And Joshua had no problem being obedient to God in crazy faith because he had seen how faithful God had been throughout his entire journey out of the wilderness, out of Egypt. He had seen generation after generation of God's faithfulness in his life and the life of people he's now leading. Like, think about it. What if Joshua had ignored everything that the messenger told him to do and they just came in guns a-blazing, yelling, hooting and hollering, we're going to overthrow you? What if they all died? Because Jericho was ready for them to attack because they saw them coming. And if they would have just come in running, they could have all died and never seen the promised land because they jumped the gun of what God wanted them to do. But when they came up and they didn't immediately start war, but they just walked around silently, this confused their enemy. And therefore, when the time came to attack, the enemy was not expecting it. So there was purpose in their silence. There is purpose in silent obedience. There is purpose in that time when you feel like God is not talking, but he did talk and he did give the instruction. He's waiting for you to execute what he already gave you. Maybe it's just me that the Lord is trying to get to do the last thing he told me to do. While I'm over here looking for new instruction when I ain't even been obedient to the last instruction he gave me. When you're transitioning from wilderness to promised land, that silence is a crucial time. It's a crucial time to be obedient. It's a crucial time to make sure that we are truly focused on that which God has for us. This has already been laid out, just like it was for Joshua. But our obedience is the key to unlocking the door to the promised land. So for those people that are in transition and feel like God has gone silent, keep being obedient to the last thing he told you to do. Because I guarantee these birth pains, you're just in labor to bring forth the promise that he promised you long ago. So for those that are in that silent transition, just keep pushing. Just keep trusting. Just keep being obedient. The silence is proof you are so close to the promise. God hasn't gone silent because he's done with you. He's gone silent because it's strategy to get you to fulfill the last instruction he gave you. Don't give up. Keep being obedient. Keep trusting him. He got you, Joshua. Love you. Bye.